Hey guys, Disler Magic here, and spent the whole weekend thus far opening tons and tons and tons of Amonkhet. I did cut my order, which really pissed off my vendor, but so did almost every other LGS in my area from what I heard. Who cares? They make millions of dollars, I don't, okay? I'm not risking my money on Wizards garbage products, no thanks. Unfortunately, I still got stuck with at least 3K worth of product, so I'm pretty pissed about that. So I'm probably going to lose at least $1,000, somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 on this garbage, useless pile of just worthless trash that they call Amonkhet. The ironic thing is, it's the first set in a block, not the second, so it should sell just fine. Nothing rotated, which isn't helping it at all, but it's not like everybody's rushing out to use BFC and OGW, so kind of a wash on that one. The Embalm mechanic, very, very, very powerful. Exert, not very powerful at all, except for in Speed Rush decks, which people freaking hate in Standard. Save that garbage for Modern, in my opinion. -1 counters are very dynamic, very good, very powerful. They like to equalize creature-on-creature battles, and you can passively trigger them on just about every card in the set. So, overall, the set is designed extremely well. It should be popular, it should sell. I think people are building Amonkhet-oriented decks, or at the very least, putting in a couple cards from it because they're just better than the cards before it. So what the hell is wrong with the set that nobody's buying it? That is the question that everybody has been asking themselves, and I'd love to solve it because then I could avoid this in the future if I can see it coming. Which, I mean, I did, and I cut my order, obviously, but even further in the future, or the past, or whatever the hell, I don't want to get burned by another frickin' set again is what I'm saying. This set, no joke, could single-handedly close my business because we're not doing so great right now. So me losing a bunch of money by forking it over to Wizards by ordering a set blind that I know nothing about and then, oops, nobody wants it, that doesn't fly anymore. So the question is, what the hell went wrong with Amonkhet that it's $75 a box EV or whatever the hell it's at right now? Okay, one, the masterpieces are worth about half to 1/3 what BFC and OGW were. In fact, if you look at a graph, I saw this, somebody posted it online, of the average value or something like that of the masterpieces or the total value cumulatively, either way, they've been going down, 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 down every set. So that kind of sucks, but that can't be it. I mean, people don't open packs for the masterpieces except for single sellers, and honestly, even then, I mean, Expedition lands were worth a lot. They were like 100 plus, obviously, but, or fetches, I should say, not all of them. That was nice. The full arts were nice. And honestly, I mean, hello, even rarer full arts that have Nicol Bolas, which is a very popular person, making them very collectible, very sought after, still not sending the prices into the positive. I mean, this set was well designed and it had everything going for it. What the hell went wrong? Well, from what I can see, it is not what you think. I've been hearing from everybody, and I mean dozens, if not 100 people at this point, that nobody is playing Standard. Nobody's FNM is playing Standard. Everybody's telling me, we switched over, we switched over, we switched over. We play Modern, we play Commander, well, Draft, which is technically Standard. But we do not play Constructed Standard because nobody's interested in it. It has been ruined by Kaladesh. It got flushed down the toilet by Aether Revolt. And the ban only temporarily fixed it until Aether Revolt came out and ruined everything again. So then you got the cat combo and people are like, this is a load of crap. So one or two people show up to your LGS with the cat combo, ruin it for everybody, and then their deck's worthless because nobody wants to play against them. I mean, net deckers are idiots. Do I need to reiterate that in every video? They're careless, clueless, self-centered douchebags. So a conservative estimate, and I mean conservative from what I've heard, and this might be biased or skewed by people wanting to tell me this, but I'd say 1/3 to half of all local gaming stores that were holding Standard have now switched over to something that isn't Standard. Or I should say, once again, Standard Constructed, because nobody wants to play it. Now, even worse, I believe Travis Wu said, oh, I went to this tournament, this one, that one. It's not like a full GP, but it's like, you know, like a big tournament. Like somebody just puts on like a couple 100-person tournament, and they can't even get enough people to play Standard Constructed. So many people even said, I'm not going to the GPs and I'm not going to the Pro Tours until this stupid cat combo is gone. And I know that one gets a lot of attention because it's so broken, it was accidental, it's an infinite combo, it just has all the negative markings to it, but people are actually just as fed up with the Mardu Vehicles deck. It's overpowered, it's too fast, and it's way the hell too hard to stop. So those two decks are toxic. It's just like when you could free cast Emrakul on turn 4, it's the same crap, different day. So Wizards needs to fire everybody in the R&D department and learn how the hell to design a set. Stop pushing the power up to sell packs because, spoiler alert, you didn't sell a damn thing from Amonkhet. I bet they've already canceled the print run. There is not even going to be a second wave at this point. Nobody wants the damn product. Everybody's stuck with it. It's worthless. The boxes, you can sell them at a loss, maybe if you can even find a buyer at all. I mean, this is the worst set I've ever seen in my life. Like, people are saying Journey into Nyx is bad. I made money on that set, okay? At least that one kind of looked good for a little bit. So, like I said, Amonkhet is well designed. It's not the design of the set. It's not that people are like, oh, screw this mechanic. Oh, I'm not interested at all. It's they don't have any customers left. Nobody wants to play Standard Constructed. That is quite simply all there is to it. I know they just banned the cat combo, so now everybody should be like, oh, cool, now we can play Standard again. Good. What a nice little, 6-week vacation or whatever. Well, actually, probably longer than that. How long's the cat combo been out? What a nice 3-month vacation or whatever. Now I can play Standard again. And then, oh, everybody all of a sudden orders stuff. That's not the way it works. See, really dumb people make pre-orders. So the sellers, the single sellers, offer pre-orders. And they take their best guess, and half the time they get screwed over by selling a card that's $15 at launch day for $2 pre-release because they don't know how Magic works. And yes, I know, nobody, even Wizards themselves, can predict what decks will be hot and thus what cards will be hot, but some of them, I mean, come on, like White Humans, come on. Oh my god, those cards tripled in price while they were in the mail on their way to me, and I'm not exactly like a pro-chasing GP predicting expert. So what happened was, okay, they're all offering, all kinds of singles, and nobody's buying them. And so people are like, oh man, we're not selling anything. We need to lower the price on, this card and this card, this card, and this card because they're not selling. So they lower the price. And that's what happens. If you're not selling them, you lower the price. Even if you don't make that conscious decision, people on like Card Shark, eBay, TCG Player, they'll start undercutting you because they're like, oh man, this looks bad. I want to, ditch these off for sure. So they start taking all kinds of pre-orders and nobody was buying because nobody wanted to play Standard. Nobody wanted to build a damn thing. So, not a whole lot from Amonkhet looked amazing in Modern. I mean, there was a couple, but it wasn't like, whoa, like Aether Revolt, where it's like, Fatal Push, Aether Hub, just start rolling out stuff that's obvious as hell. Actually, I'm not 100% sure that Aether Hub is necessarily used in Modern. I mean, it's a one-hitter for free, even if you don't use energy, so it's not that bad. So then prices go down low, and the box EV is floating in around, 80-something the last time I ran it, and it's even lower now? Uh-oh. I mean, when the dual lands start hitting $2.50 a piece, which is where they are right now, uh-oh. So now, okay, everybody's maybe getting back into Standard, maybe. I mean, I don't know that for sure. Usually when people leave, it's really damn hard to get them back. Amonkhet does look fun, everybody loves Egypt, and, whatever, etc., etc. People like Nicol Bolas. There's all these reasons to get back into Magic, and like I said, the set's quite good. It's got a couple OP way crossing the line cards, but other than that, the overall design as a whole is pretty good. So the prices should spike back up, right? No, it's way easier to lower a price because it's not selling than to raise a price. Because if you're the first person to raise a price, you aren't going to see sales until everybody below you either does the same or all of their inventory is bought out. So in other words, if you raise the price from $5 to $6 on a card, you are going to sell zero until every last $5, $5.25, $5.50, every single one below you is bought out. Oh, and need I remind you that in the United States, it is illegal to price fix anything. So if you went around contacting all the other major vendors and said, let's raise the price on this card from $5 to $8, let's just all do it on the same day. Nope, that's illegal collusion for some reason. I mean, I kind of support the law in some cases, but boy would it help right now. You know what would really help is if Wizards would stop printing overpowered accidental garbage like the Sihili Cat combo and Heart of Kirin. Oh, and Thraben Inspector and that other guy that he works with. Oh, and Aetherflux Reservoir, because Cheerios is just so much fun. It's such an interactive deck. Wow, I love it. I mean, like, the top 10 decks right now are super toxic. But anyway, yeah, they drove so many people away that the sheer volume of orders was so low that it crashed the prices, and now people just can't raise them back up. They can't do it. Now, the other minor problem, because everybody, they place the blame solely on this, because this is what they know from experience. The Pro Tour hasn't happened yet, so nobody who's a dumb net decking sheep knows what to buy. Unfortunately, net deckers, basically set the prices. If it's not in a net deck, it doesn't matter how powerful it is, it won't be worth money. I mean, like Cryptolith Right, Always Watching, I mean, these are hyper powerful cards, but they were only ever in really, really decent secondary decks. Well, lately, I should say. Always Watching used to be really expensive, used to be in some top stuff, obviously. But as soon as white humans stopped being a good thing, then, I mean, it went down. I think I got them for $1.25 a piece. Now they're back up because of Exert. Hey, so I bought up like 30 of them, so that's awesome. I'm going to liquidate them to help cover the losses for Amonkhet, but yeah, it's tragic right now. It's terrible. So after the Pro Tour, everybody, assuming the decks are kind of Amonkhet heavy, which I have a feeling they will be, everybody after that is going to buy, like maybe 10 individual cards, we'll say, and those will shoot through the roof, but prices are always high on launch day and then go down steadily across the board as an average. You have some anomalies, you have like 5% of the cards that go up, but in general, they go down. So even if we have 10 cards that go up through the roof, we're talking like $2 cards that hit $10, still not going to make up for the fact that all the other cards have crashed down from like $2 down to 50 cents. So still, even with the help from the Pro Tour, unless you can predict which cards are going up, which I'm doing my best, you're going to lose money even at that point. So if you sell all your cards now and say, screw the future, you're going to lose money. And if you wait for the Pro Tour and then sell them all, you're still going to lose money. So people like to say, well, the prices are always bad until the Pro Tour. But I think like Origins might be a pretty good example. I mean, that was a while ago. I don't quite remember it that well. But a lot of cards in Origins, people were just like, I'm going to build that, the end. Oh, I like the look of that, I'm going to buy it. Nobody waited for the Pro Tour. It was really obvious. And even like Shadows and Eldritch Moon, it's like, oh, here's one of your 6 tribal decks you can build. White Blue's the strongest. Black Red's second strongest. And honestly, okay, I keep saying it, White Humans was actually pretty damn good back then too. Human tribal for the win. I do like humans. I might be a little biased. I mean, I kind of am one. Come to think of it, I'm a white human. I had to make that joke. You knew it. You knew it. And as we all know, white humans, especially males, allegedly have extra power and an advantage over everybody else. SJWs told me that. But of course, I don't take deck building advice in Magic from fat, angry lesbians. Usually. I mean, there's the occasion. But anyway, if people don't necessarily know what to build because the set is super wide open, that doesn't help either. That kind of does amplify the whole, okay, I'll just wait for the Pro Tour, and at least if I'm not going to literally copy a deck, card for card, I'll get an archetype or a mechanic or a strategy that seems to be winning and build my own version of it. And like, that's kind of cool. I get that. If people got limited funds, which, duh, I can identify with that, and they don't want to just build something like right now, they want to just see what's kind of good, and maybe they'll go like to the top 16 or top 32 decks and pick something out from there, or mix 2 decks together or whatever, but they don't want to invest in a deck and then have it cost like $70 and have it just be a miserable failure against anything in the meta. So that does play a part, but I mean, people, no matter how cryptic a set is, they're still going to order cards at a certain rate that will keep them from crashing that hard before the release. Because, I mean, these cards lost 50+% almost across the board universally before a single card came out. And we're talking like 2 weeks before a card came out. So the only thing I can blame on a drop that sharp, that early, is just a lack of customers, period. Nobody's playing Standard, plain and simple. Wizards drove them all away into other formats. Now, the other thing driving that is Modern Masters 3 just came out. Oh, look, cheap Modern cards. Let's try this new Modern deck. Or I just finally finished my Modern deck. Let's play Modern. So it has that working against it. And then it has the fact that Standard's been a freaking joke for 6+ months. So those 2 factors are driving away just droves of people. So it looks like, in the end, Wizards' idea to push the power level in Aether Revolt, push it even further with Amonkhet, kind of backfired. And even you could even rule out Amonkhet for now a little bit and just say Kaladesh because, well, Emrakul, free casting, vehicles at all. All the hot decks right then, they were pretty damn overpowered. Ironically, it was like Emrakul and Delirium, which weren't even from the block, but they made it work. So ever since that point, it's just been bad. Just Standard has just been miserable. It hasn't been this bad since, I'd say Dragons of Tarkir was released, because Khans was bad, Fate Reforged, okay, Ugin, but then as soon as Dragons came out and completed it, oh my god, everybody was playing mixed colors and it was a nightmare. So, in my opinion, and backed up by tons of math and facts and just experience in the industry, I would say that the reason that they're so terribly bad, the prices and the values of Amonkhet, is based solely, almost exclusively, on the fact that nobody wants to play Standard. It has nothing to do with the quality of the set, almost nothing to do with people just waiting for the Pro Tour. It's just broken combos, disinterest, and just aggravated, pissed off players that are going somewhere else or playing a different format, either a different game or a different format. So let's hope that turns around by Hour of Devastation, but the second set in a block never sells as well, and it's never worth as much, except for Aether Revolt, which went crazy because they pushed the power level to 99. But in general, that's what happens, and the, I believe, 8th set to be legal, you've got such a pool to choose from that it gets diffused. So if you bring out a new kill spell, it damn well better be the best kill spell, otherwise nobody's going to buy it. If they have a 4-cost instant that takes down a Planeswalker or a creature, it's just going to get run over by the 3-cost sorcery version, because it's just better. Killing a Planeswalker at instant speed is very overrated. So at this point, honestly, my order for Hour of Devastation is going to be very near zero. I guarantee you it's going to be below $1,000. Now, my only hope is that my vendor lets me order an artificially high number of requested, what is that damn set called? Oh yeah, Iconic Masters. I keep getting it confused with the Ideal Masters from Skyrim. That set better not be, Eternal Masters 2.0. And here's the problem with that. It is Eternal. So if they start throwing in really, really noteworthy cards that have a lot of value and playability in Commander and Vintage and Legacy, they have to kind of be tame on the print numbers and not just reprint tons of value, or they're going to drive down the cost of those decks, and that really pisses people off. Not that I care. I really think they should just run those people over. Investors are dicks, they're just middlemen, they don't deserve money, they're not entitled to profits from Wizards of the Coast, sorry. Investing is called a risk for a reason. And then they might also print cards that are just really noteworthy, like Sarah Angel, but are worth what is that card, like $2? I think the beta edition is like $200. It's just not worth that much because it's not that good of a card anymore. But it's famous as hell. And they had named like Sphinxes, Demons, something else. Like everything in those is worth nothing. That doesn't bode well unless they throw in like every Planeswalker ever. So I don't know. So if it's a mix of, oops, we can't put too much value in or we're going to ruin the cost of Eternal format decks, mix it with, okay, we're throwing in this card because it's cool and people like it and it's got flash new artwork, but it's actually a $3 or $4 card in a $10 booster pack. And then you throw in some modern staples, but, well, probably not the same ones from Modern Masters 3, not a lot of crossover from 2 either, and they don't want to stomp on the feet of Modern Masters 4, which very likely is coming out in 2018, not 2019. So then you got to be conservative about that, although, like the professor said in his video, look at the cost of a deck right now in Modern. Did MM3 just destroy all the value? Oh my god. No, they're still like $1,000 decks. That's outrageous. Nobody should have to pay that much for a Modern deck. I don't care what's in it. No Modern deck should be above even 500. If you think about it, 500 to play a card game, that's freaking ridiculous. I would reprint everything to Oblivion and make sure that 100% of the effectively singles income goes to Wizards. It's their game. Why should people just hoarding the cards in piles of 1,000 make the money? And we're talking like a 10-to-1 profit, on older cards that were kept. If you got a pile of Mishra's Baubles, holy crap. Wizards should be making all of the money on their own game that they made and their cards that they designed and printed. Duh. So I'm not sure about that set. It's either going to be really garbage, exactly perfectly in the middle, just appropriately valued to sell some boxes and that's it, or it's going to be just off the chain ridiculous, stupidly expensive. Or not expensive, we know the price. Valuable, I meant. So if it's non-WPN, and if it's available in like triple the quantity that I usually order in standard, which my vendor specifically said they tend to give you on a limited set half of the amount. So if I order $5,000 worth of standard products every time a standard product comes out, I'll get about $2,500 worth of whatever masters. So me asking for double to triple what I usually order in standard, probably not going to go well, but I'm not that big of a seller. I mean, I'm not somebody abusing the WPN system and getting WPN-only products in large quantities by using somebody else's WPN number or having a fake store, like certain other people on YouTube that I would name, but I'm not going to for legal reasons. You know, people who recently tried to clean up their act by actually getting a proper WPN location. I wonder who that could be. So I'm not sitting there ordering them by the pallet at a time. So assuming my vendor lets me do that, hopefully I can make up all these ridiculous losses from Amonkhet on Iconic Masters. If I can't, I'm probably getting out of the Magic industry completely. Just the single sales, not even going to touch it. I am sick of taking my personal funds that I don't have a lot of, giving them to Wizards and saying, congratulations, thanks for your garbage product. Oh, look, I lost another $1,000. If they design something nobody wants, they need to take the loss for it. Not me, not my local gaming store, not some online single seller, not us. It's not our fault. We didn't design it. We didn't drive away the players. And if there's one thing to take away from this video, it's that. So I damn well better make some money on Iconic Masters. The only reason I didn't order more MM3 is because it was the limit on my credit card, which has now been tripled. I made sure of that because I don't make the same mistake twice. So I'm going to order tons of Iconic Masters, which unfortunately I have to put in the order blind. But I think if I said, you know, hey, cut my order. I don't care what you think of it. Cancel my account. I don't care. Cut my order by 75% if the set looks terrible a couple weeks out. Honestly, they shouldn't care. It's like a limited print run. Like, who is texting me right now? Oh, it's Lucky. His girlfriend might show up to play Magic tomorrow. That's cool. So anyway, I don't think my vendor would care if I canceled a limited product that's basically going to be oversold anyway. They would just be like, I don't give a crap. You just made somebody's day. So that's my plan for Iconic Masters, my brilliant master scheme. And if that pays for Amonkhet, you know, okay. I overextended a little bit because I thought it would be really good. I mean, I had some insider information about the design of the set, basically, that made me think it was going to be very pushed, very valuable. And then when the first couple spoilers came out, it looked like it was, yeah. And then I realized that Wizards doesn't have any customers left anymore. Whoops. So like I said, in my expert opinion, and I do mean that literally, that is what happened. That explains the price. So hopefully we see a price spike on the jankiest, weirdest, most unexpected garbage cards, because all the $1 on down stuff, I'm not even buy listing until then, because buy list prices don't tend to go up much on $1 cards. So I can buy list them a month from now. I mean, who cares? I'm not really losing anything by holding them except for like 1% credit card interest. Yeah, I got a 12.9% APR. Woo. Oh, wait, I used my other card. I think this is a 14.9, but still, that's not that bad. I mean, it's like $40 in interest on a $3,000 order. I mean, it's nothing. I actually got 1.5% cash back, so the first month is covered. So once again, that's the reason if you're wondering why the situation is what it is, but silver lining, always got to end on a positive note, even though, just kidding, I never do. If you want to build a deck, build whatever the holy crap you want right now, because it's probably going to cost you $10 frickin'. I mean, you could build a deck out of nothing but rares, and it's probably maybe pushing $20. Well, as long as it's Amonkhet oriented. So for the people who don't buy boxes and open them just cause and value and trade, which, I mean, honestly, it's not that many people. If you just build a deck, order the singles, trade firm, whatever, like, you can just hit the ground running with this garbage set because it ain't worth a damn thing. One little caveat to that, do it before the Pro Tour. Like, pick a deck and build it before the Pro Tour. So, speaking of that, I'm going to be designing, like, at least 3 or 4 decks before the Pro Tour, so that if you guys like them, you can be like, yeah, let's buy it. Because, honestly, I think they might be popular archetypes. So you could build a hyper-powerful deck, beat all the net deckers to it before they're even showing up to F&M or when they're showing up with garbage, and then, you know, win some packs, get some money, and then your deck also triples in price, too. So hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on that, and I will see you guys next video.